Warmly welcome to Exploring Miracles, me reading and reflecting upon the lessons in A Course in Miracles, and we have come to lesson number 45. God is the mind with which I think. Today's idea holds the key to what our real thoughts are. They are nothing we think, just as nothing we think we see is related to vision in any way. This lesson number 45, I'm reflecting now, as it is a long lesson, and I will try to find the core. This is about making it clear for us humans that there are two platforms within a human being. One platform that is unstable. I choose to call it the false identity, the construction where we have hung up all our experiences and from when we were born. It's not stable, of course, because it can be taken away from us anytime, and with time it will be gone. And then there is another totally true and stable identity, and that is the part in us, and it's not really right to say the part in us, because that's what we are. So I will change it to the true self. The true self is a part of God. It's not apart from God, it's a part of God. It's divine, and it cannot be threatened, and it will never go away. So this lesson number 45 centers on a shift in how we understand our own minds and our own thinking. So the core meaning is that our true mind, it can't be separate from God because it is a part of God. And the lesson teaches that the real source of our thinking is a shared, loving mind, not an isolated, personal one. So there we have the two different in words of A Course in Miracles, what I call the false identity, the constructed one, and the divine one. So it has been pointed out lesson by lesson, and the course will take us even deeper into what do we choose between? And the choice is so simple when one reads the Course in Miracles, but it's not that simple, I think, in the beginning. There is a choice between fear or love. That's it. And I must say that in the beginning, when I was taking part of A Course in Miracles, it was a bit alien to me. I was not home. I didn't feel at home with that fear and love. I would say hate or love and hate. Like people have tattoos sometimes on their knuckles, hate or love, like the polarity of the human mind. But no, hate comes from fear. It took me a while to see that, but it's very strong when one sees it that way. So there is fear or there is love. And fear comes from the false identity, the skeleton on which we have hung up all our life stories. And that is, those life stories are not always that nice, or how we have reacted on them and created stories. They can really be so heavy for us that fear will grow from them. And this will take us out from that. That is the key. So the A Course in Miracle calls that A Course in Miracles calls that the ego mind. And the ego mind is based on fear. It's based on fear, and it's based on separation, and it's based on judgment. And it feels personal. And this is very important. It feels like us. It feels like me. But it is not the true identity. When we align, the lesson tells us, teaches us, guides us into, when we align with God's mind, and that is so easy, it's just to say, yeah, I allow it. I open myself to that. Okay, I don't have to be in this other thing. I open myself. Then, when we do that, our thoughts change naturally. Choosing this shared mind brings peace. It brings clarity and kindness instead of conflict and anxiety. The lesson points out that thoughts are not neutral, and we have taken part of that in previous lessons too. Thoughts are not neutral. They either, and here it comes, they either reflect fear, separation, or love, unity. So one could also say that there are two ways of perceiving life and the world. Separation, the separated mind, or the feeling of unity, the united mind. That is the same as fear or love. And lesson number 45 invites us to notice which source we are choosing. And it also tells us that we are not responsible for creating truth. We are not responsible for creating truth, only for accepting it. That is to be open, to allow it to happen. Because truth is already present in the mind, because we share our mind with God. And peace comes from remembering and accepting that. So, in one sentence, lesson 45 teaches that peace comes from recognizing that our mind, that our real thinking comes from loving shared mind, a loving shared mind, God's mind, not from a separate, fearful mind. And that is the beauty of this, and that is the beauty of what we are doing when we take part of A Course in Miracles. Thank you for participating, and see you soon.